right, Shemeka, man, do I got something great for us to talk about today. I'm going to tie together the video of DJ Khaled being carried to the stage so he doesn't dirty up his sneakers, and the conversation that's being had, people pretending to be outraged because someone on Fox News suggested that sneakers are important to black voters and may sway black voters. I'm going to tie it all together. We're going to discuss it. I want to thank our great friends at Good Ranchers. This episode is brought to you by our good friends at Good Ranchers. Fall in love with beef, chicken, and seafood all over again by subscribing at goodranchers.com. Use my promo code FEARLESS for $240 in free bacon. All right, Shemeka, now that I've taken care of Good Ranchers, let me take care of the audience and yourself. I want to start with SOT number one, because people have been feigning outrage that this conversation took place on Fox News, where Donald Trump and these new tennis shoes that Donald Trump has come out with, or I don't know if it's a lark, I don't even know if it's serious, but they said would the tennis shoe thing, the gym shoe thing have any impact with black voters, and people are outraged. Let's play the clip.
Even the sneaker thing. I was on social media last night. Very interesting as you see black support eroding from Joe Biden. This is connecting with black America because they love sneakers. They're into sneakers. They love this is a big deal, certainly in the inner city. So when you have Trump roll out his sneaker line, they're like, wait a minute, this is cool. He's reaching them on a level that defies and is above politics. The culture always trumps politics. And Trump understands culture like no politician I've ever seen.
Question for you on that point, though.
Yeah.
Will the people that are excited about the sneakers and excited about Donald Trump, will that translate into them going out and voting for Donald Trump?
Well, anybody willing to put $400 down for a pair of sneakers? Yeah, I think that's commitment and love.
It's something. You're right.
It's something. It's affection on some level. I don't think this is just for collectors. It's for people who want Donald Trump brand sneakers. That, again, he's connecting on a different level.
So I just want to have a mini discussion, a tiny mini discussion about that. And then I want to connect it to DJ Khaled. So I don't think this gym snooze, the sneakers or whatever, is going to make people go to the polls and vote. What I do think it will do is you can wear the sneakers as a way of coming out of the closet that you don't hate Donald Trump. It tamps down the cosplay, the fake outrage that everybody in the black community hates Trump. It'll be hard for the media to say that if his shoes are popular with black kids and they become some kind of protest symbol or rejection of the Democratic Party. So I think it does have a little significance. Will it mean people run out to the polls? No. But does it potentially mean less shame about like, man, I don't hate Donald Trump and I ain't got to play like I do? I think, yes, that has significance.
Yeah, I agree with you. When he said he thought it would translate into votes, my answer was no, because I've seen people spend $200 and $300 on sneakers and have zero responsibility in any other area of their life. So no, I didn't think that would translate into votes, but I like the way you say that it kind of allows someone to come out the closet, because I found out about the sneakers from someone who is younger than I am, black male. I hadn't heard about them. I didn't know about them, and they thought they were hot. And this isn't somebody that you would call a cornball and say they don't know how to dress or they don't have swag. This was somebody that, first of all, if you said it, you might walk away toothless. But secondly, they are a well-dresser, would be someone that is well-revered in urban communities. And so I definitely agree that it plays to culture and people like the sneakers. I would wear them. As a matter of fact, I said I needed to email Laura Trump to say, hey, where's my family and friends pair? Because I have been on the campaign trail going hard for Trump for a few years now, and I need a pair because they are nice sneakers. And the idea that black people would be offended because someone comes out with sneakers and says, I think black people like them. It's just silly. People are shot over shoes. So of course, Black people feel some type of way about what's on their feet. As a woman, that's one of the first things I look at. I'm going to look at your teeth and I'm going to look at your shoes. Bottom line.
So I want to, and again, I didn't even know if the sneaker thing was real, but I think we may start giving away Trump sneakers. Have little giveaways here on the show and send them to people. I think that would be fascinating. And then part two, I want to bring DJ Khaled into this because, and I know he's Palestinian, but he's another person that, like Trump, is always trying to increase his appeal to the urban community and urban audience. And so I want you all to look at this video of DJ Khaled, the rapper, the DJ, whatever, the hip hop mogul, legend, or whatever, and the lengths he'll go to protect his Air Force Ones or Jordans or whatever he's wearing on his feet. Let's play the clip of DJ Khaled.
I don't want to get my Jordans dirty. Can I get everybody to help me? Please, everybody help me.
Get on the side.
Thank you, brothers. I appreciate it.
You want to get in the back?
Can't mess up the chase. I'm performing live right now.
And that's him getting carried to the truck and now getting carried to the stage so that he doesn't get his Jordans dirty. This makes me laugh. It makes me cry. It makes me wonder what these brothers that carried him to and fro, what they're getting paid. But to pretend like Black people don't have some sort of, or the culture, as they say, doesn't have some kind of obsession with gym shoes is ridiculous once you look at that video.
Absolutely. And he was carried by two Black men. So if you want to claim anything is racist, anything is taking us back to slavery, well, what is that? And if I was one of their women, they would have been iced out so cold when they got in home that night because you look ridiculous. You look like somebody's, slave. You look like somebody's child doing something like that. And so whether he was doing it for a stunt and to get social media clicks, I don't know. He has never really struck me as someone who looks down on people or that think he's better, just because of who he is musically. But I just thought it was really silly. And you're right. He didn't want to get his Jordans dirty. So he, for whatever reason, went out of his way to do this video, to have these men pick him up, to wrap their hand under his big thigh, to grab it and feel on it in order to lift him up. So please don't tell me that we don't like sneakers, because there is no way that a man's hand should have been that close to your behind if your ankle was not about to fall off.
Yeah, I have so many mixed feelings. It's the guys that carried him. I'm not really that upset with them because they're sitting there, hey, I'm getting paid to do this. If this is what he wants, blah, blah, blah. Again, would I do it? No. I'm just more appalled, astonished that as a culture, and I'm talking about American culture, that the love of celebrity and the love of material items and something as insignificant as a pair of tennis shoes has reached a level of value and importance that this would even be a possibility. And yes, I can remember being a kid, and this is well before your time, Shemeka, but Dr. J's, Julius Erving, his tennis shoes, his Converse tennis shoes, and you'd get a new pair, and they were a great status symbol as a kid, and you would go to great lengths to try to keep them as clean for as long as you possibly could. But you certainly wasn't going to the lengths where you were asking people to care. It's just silly where we've gotten to, with sneaker culture, and I can remember thinking this in 2013, 2014 when I'm at the Undefeated and running the Undefeated. And I can remember one of the things that, one of the complaints when I delivered my blueprint game plan for what the Undefeated was going to do and what we were going to cover. One of the complaints I got from a high-end executive was, hey, where's the sneaker coverage? Literally, where's the, you know, if that was no part of my coverage plan of covering the sneaker industry. And that was a complaint. And like I was out of touch with the culture. And it's like, no, I know that Slam Magazine and The Source Magazine and all of the hip hop journalists made a big deal out of tennis shoes. I got it. But that's what people do that are doing light work, low end journalism. That wasn't part of my plan for the Undefeated. We were trying to do serious stuff. But I was criticized for not wanting to cover the sneaker industry, and that's like a lane they have left for black journalists. It's like, hey, you can cover gym shoes and sneakers, and that was offensive to me. It's like, nah, that ain't what we doing. That's not what I'm doing. Y'all don't relegate white journalists to covering the sneaker industry. That's a lane that's been handed off to black journalists, and y'all go do this, y'all go play over there. I wasn't interested in it, but that is, and they had a guy at ESPN named Scoop Jackson, and he had made his name writing for either Slam or The Source and writing about tennis shoes and doing all this kind of bogus lightweight journalism. And that's when I knew I was like, oh, I'm out of step with what ESPN wants from me and from the Undefeated. And it's like now if you go look at the Undefeated and Anscape, you know, they've got what they want. Lightweight sidebar type journalism for, you know, all the low calorie stuff, the appetizers for black journalists. We'll leave the real journalism to whites and Jews. I just wasn't on board with it. And I guess that's part of the reason why I am where I am.
Absolutely. And again, this is what we like as a culture. That's why you have all of these basketball players that would love to have a shoe out. It's not because they want whoever's wearing them to be so awesome on the court or have ankle support. They may add that in, but what they really want are the youth, the culture, the hip hop fans to run out and get these shoes, and they be a symbol of status. You know, a symbol of, I know how to dress, I'm fly, I'm fresh. That's what they're looking for. So to get mad because this man came out with some shoes that I like, again, get me a pair, someone, please. To pretend like that's something that we should be offended by is just not true. Basketball players do it all the time. Even you saw Kanye West partnered with Adidas. This is what we love. We've talked about sneakers my entire life. Adidas, the new, K-Swiss, whatever it was, that's been a thing for as long as I can remember. So anyone to say otherwise is just really being silly and not being honest at all.
You know what? And I'm just saying this in the interest of transparency and the whole nine, just because, I like to be transparent with the audience. I'm going to reach out to Don Trump Jr. today, maybe right now, and say, like, y'all should be selling them Trump shoes through Fearless. And let's see if we can work some kind of deal where we're pushing the Trump shoes over here, because it is what it is. And I do think it could be a symbol of rebellion, a symbol of you want to show your friends, you want to make a statement about the matriarchy, you want to make a statement about any and everything. Put these Trump shoes on, and you ain't got to say another word, and dare someone. This will be so different than the MAGA hat. The MAGA hat is for white folks. The Trump shoes are for black folks. I think I'm going to get me some Trump shoes.
Yeah, because
This'll be
black
awesome.
people are daring people to wear them. Like, if I see you wearing these, I'm going to run up on you. And you got a lot of people that's like, run up on me? I wish you would. So for sure, the shoes would definitely be, coming out of the closet and daring someone to step to you. They ain't going to be smacking these off like they smacked off people's MAGA hats. That's for sure.
Thank you, Shemeka. Great job as always. Hey, guys, just a little final note here. Make sure you're signing up to be here at the Fearless Army Roll Call 2.0, brought to you by Preborn. It's an all-day event in Nashville, Tennessee on June 1st. Go to fearlessarmyrollcall.com, fearlessarmyrollcall.com right now and support. We'll see you next time. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a moment of Fearless.